hello, we're doing another one of these, I guess. And this is another really fun project that we all worked on. I'm Adam, again. With me this time I've got Jess, as always.
That's me! I've been here for all of these ones.
That's every single one. But for someone who's not been here for any of them, is Ryan.
Where am I?
You're actually in this chorus right now, which you helped do the, harmonies and stuff for.
Holy
and
moly.
Didn't you mix this one?
Yeah, I did. I'm very proud of this one. This one's probably my favorite.
Yeah, no. I love how the chorus sounds in this first bit. And I like doing the little animation for it as well.
Yeah, full animation.
He's just a little guy.
He is. If I'm to give any actual insight commentary-wise about this track, it's that most of the lyrics in this reference tracks that come later down the line. Like False Night and Hornet and City of Tears and Broken Vessel and other things like that. Because I wanted some, good continuity and stuff in this one.
Yeah!
This is probably, the first project where I've, maybe besides FNAF, where, I properly thought about, how the tracks would flow together and how that would, actually... What kind of, story, I guess, it would tell, and what purpose each of these tracks served. Obviously there's going to be some in here where I just did them because it would be really fun to do them, but for the most part, I wanted to try and, actually make sure all of these had a reason to be in the package. Which is why Radiance is not here.
Oops.
I'm joking. We'll get to that when we get to that. But I'm trying to think, because I think I played Hollow Knight the year that I made this project as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fairly
obsessed.
I was very obsessed, because I think I played it, early that year, and then, the second I finished the game, I just hopped into writing this project.
Yeah. I remember being there for, a lot of your first playthrough, and just ooh.
Yes.
Reminds me how good of a game this is.
The Hollow Knight's just peak, and I recommend to every single person plays it, even to some degree. Even if Metroidvanias are not your thing, and you're not good at video games, just give it a go, because it's really, really charming otherwise.
I suck at video games, and I love this game.
Exactly. About the False Night track, though, I think specifically a line like that, I was trying to, both try and keep the attitude of, the grub that's inside of the armor intact. Of, it's kind of like this big, burly guy just trying to, defend his home. But also, make some reference to, because this is very much it is the Hegemol armor, I believe. So I wanted to make reference to that as well. Even just, small little ways. I think I just knocked my mic. And I did play around at the very start of writing this, because the Watcher Knights share the exact same theme as False Night. And I think I toyed around with what would it be like if, maybe it was False Knights and the Watcher Knights in one track? Didn't work.
Yeah, no.
That would be too much going on, it would be too much context hopping, and the Watcher Knights have nothing interesting going on I can write about.
So I want to real quick say, Tikoi in this role, one of my favorite castings in all of music's history.
Oh yeah,
he
their voice fits
too, yeah.
shockingly well with the False Knight. They keep the kind of goofiness intact while also actually being able to convey the emotion of the character. And it's the first time I worked on them as well.
Yeah.
On a Muses thing at the very least, and they did a very, very good job.
Yeah.
Hey guys, did you know Silksong released this year?
Oh my
Hey
god,
guys,
there she is!
you
It's
played
Silksong!
Hey guys, you should all play Silksong. That's not the point of this. Silksong coming next year, maybe? Who knows? What?
What?
With how long it takes to create projects like this. Next year, year after, who's to say? Maybe it'll
Next
take
year,
as
year
long as
after.
Silksong.
Yeah. I don't want to turn this into, ooh, what's going to happen with a Silksong project, because yes, we are making a Silk Song project. I guess that's a soft announcement. Then, yeah, no, it'll probably be late next year. But we do want to get some stuff out for that. As for this track in itself, this wasn't originally part of my lineup of songs that I like wrote down for like what to include, and I don't know why.
Yeah, wild.
I think it's mainly because whenever I like tackling a lyrics video, I typically like going for the things that not many people have gone after before. Obviously there are exceptions to that, but for the most part I like trying to make videos on things that not many people have done lyrics for, and people have done really good Hornet videos, and I thought like, well, it's not really much point in me adding my own thing here, but it felt really incomplete without Hornet.
Yeah.
So it got added, and I'm very, very happy with how it did turn out. And yeah, no, I'm just glad we actually did manage to throw this in here, and it managed to work. And it was also the first time we worked with Chaos as well. Once again, we're just going to be singing the praises of every single vocalist on this project, because she did a very, very good job voicing Hornet in this track as well. And also Vale popped off with the art.
Vale, I was about to say, we need to like preliminary shout out all the artists that did stuff for this, which I think was just like you two and Vale, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was just us three.
Yeah, which like you guys ate and left no crumbs.
Oh, thank you.
In fairness, there are some of these ones do have some of my favorite art pieces that I have worked on.
Real
fair. There's some really good stuff in this project.
Also, hoping we can reference some of those lines later on.
In what exactly? Who's to say?
I don't know. Play Silk Song and you might understand. Right.
Ryan wants to talk about this track.
Yeah. What are you gonna say about this track, Ryan?
So, as we mentioned with Enter Hallownest, I did some chorus stuff, some like harmony writing for this project, which is the first time I've done that for Muses. This track was such a pain to write harmonies for, because trying to find like a cohesive list of like all the chords and everything was just a pain. It turned out good, I think.
Yeah.
I think it did, personally.
I mean, they say it turns out good, so I'll take it. This was also just a really pretty track. Like, this has become one of my favorite, like, songs in Hollow Knight. Not just this project, but Hollow Knight.
It's a very, very pretty track.
It's so pretty. Also, Clara and Odd as our harmony, or as our, Kara, sorry. Kara and Odd as our,
chorus leaders.
Thank you, chorus leaders. They popped off so much. Their voices worked so well.
Their voices work so well together, and they also, like, just really served what I was going for. And the chorus tracks.
And the fact that this track specifically kind of recontextualizes the two like chorus leader voices as sort of roles, but not really. Of like, oh yeah, it's implied that the two chorus leaders of the project are Marissa and Lurian, but
yeah,
you know, it's never answered.
you don't need to go into like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it would be nice if we attributed these voices to characters, because for the most part I didn't go in thinking that, but when I went around to writing City of Tears, I was like, oh wait, this is actually like perfect for these two. And they both added a very nice contrast, especially Odd's section here. It's very, very pretty. And also shout out to Odd for going into the kind of like debug stuff and like capturing all of this footage that you're seeing. You know, all of like the rooms in like their blank spaces and whatever for like the footage. Because I didn't know how I was gonna make this video otherwise. Like, I probably could have just done it as regular gameplay footage, but having them, like, you know, just be big sweeping like shots of like the rooms and things like that, I think added a lot more.
Absolutely, yeah.
I like the subtle, like, harmony that's created between the viola and, like, the vocalists. I don't know why, that's just that, like, it tickles my brain in like, the right way.
It's very, very nice. But yeah, no, City of Tears was one of those ones where I was like, is this gonna work? Like when I was writing it, but like the more like people sent in their vocals and things like that, because obviously shout out to all the chorus as well that helps out.
100%.
Helped out this project. But I was unsure if it was gonna work, and I'm very glad that it did.
Yeah.
I think this one was like one of the first ones that I wrote, if I remember.
I hate this guy.
I love the Soulmaster song. And I expressly in this song wanted to make it feel just more like sinister and evil compared to like other songs in this, because you can easily like write off some of the characters as just having like their own like motivations and things, or you know, just having opposing interests against you and not necessarily being evil, but you have to fight them. Soulmaster I read as being very explicitly evil. Like, there's nothing good about this motherfucker.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And, well, we have to talk about this bomb-ass art that we've got here.
They found the answer.
It's just a shame that the video editing thing that I use. See, Adam, I just put this video bit together to show off. Hey, this is what it could look like when it's all put together, and then you just use this test video. And I was like,
because
right.
it worked.
Okay.
I think it creates a really, really good effect, in fairness.
Well, thank you.
And it really adds a lot of life to the art. But we obviously can't go through this video without shouting out Adam Wade's performance here.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Adam
Because
Wade.
again, first time we worked with him as well. And he didn't additionally? He didn't originally audition for this role. But I thought his voice was so like powerful and rich that I'm like I have to get you involved somehow.
Who did he audition for?
And we were struggling. I think
False Night.
he auditioned for False Night, yes, and we were struggling to like cast out the Soulmaster, and Jess, I believe it was me and you casting it, and
Yes.
I turned to you and I said, like, what if I contacted Adam and we said if he wanted to be the Soulmaster, because it sounds like that voice would work very well. And yeah, I think that his voice suits that character perfectly, and I love how that track came out. It was also really fun recording the demo for that one.
Oh yeah. There are so many great first appearances from Muse's cast members in this project that are just like,
Yes.
crunchy, juicy,
Like,
good.
Making a really good debut. Because this was first time that we worked with... I think it was the first time we worked with all three of these people on a Muse's video. Because our three Mantis Lords, Lucy, Treble, and Renaza. Yeah, first time we worked with all of those, and the fact it was this one was probably one of the hardest to coordinate of the whole project. I think it was one of the last ones to get completed as well. And a lot of that came down to the fact that like it was very tricky to write this one because there's like enough there to like write for these characters, but almost like not enough to cover the two loops that I wanted to do. So in some areas I feel like I was stretching it too much, and I had to balance that by trying to like make it, you know, three people at once. And I didn't want to have it just be like, oh, one person, you know, sings like a large chunk, then the next person, then the next person. Because the whole thing with the Mantis Lord fight is that they're all darting about everywhere and coming at you from all different angles, and they don't really give you much time to breathe. So I wanted to kind of recapture that in, like, I guess, lyrical form, by just having them all, like, interweaving with each other and singing over parts, like this part, especially. And overall, I'm just gonna keep saying it, very, very happy with how this one actually did come out. Especially because of compared to others, how troubled this one was.
This one's a really fun one.
Yeah.
It's very, very fun. And I also wanted to, like, make sure that we highlighted the contrast between the Mantis Lords and, like, other characters in this. I'll get into that a little bit later when we get into the Hive Knight section, specifically. But yeah...
Sorry, I got excited.
I wanted to get across, you know, the idea of, like, you know, like, they're kind of, like, more so just, like, testing your strength, and it's kind of like a... Like, are you strong enough to pass into the next section? Rather than it being a, you know, we're maliciously out to get you.
Yeah.
Also, there was a little bit beforehand, but wanted to make some reference to Traitor Lord as well, so that was in there.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so I might have done some weird editing things there. But Odd is here now. Say hi, Odd.
Hi, guys.
Odd also joined on this project. But yeah, to talk about the Nosk stuff...
One of my favorite mixes I've ever done!
Yeah, this was a really, really interesting one to do. Because I knew from the get-go I wanted multiple voices to be in this one. And later on I would figure out, okay, some kind of like creature-like voice, some kind of like high-pitched, maybe childlike voice, and some like deep and foreboding voice. And that came in the form of Jess, DJ, and George.
Yeah!
Which I think all three of your guys' voices blended perfectly with this, and also just the way you mixed it was very, very interesting. And
you gave good direction on how to mix it, and so the wave map of that audio file is just so funny to look at.
It is really, really funny. If I can find a screenshot of it, I'll pop it on screen here to show you all what Jess sent me when they were working on this one. But when we were... in comparison to like other tracks as well, I wanted Nosk to feel very like different and alien, and so compared to some other tracks where you have like the kind of like fade into the track and kind of like, okay, right, here's the little introduction to this one, Nosk just snap right into it, just like straight into the video, like don't even give you time to think about it, bang, that's Nosk, it's here. And I think that made for a fun surprise when it was premiering for the first time, because we didn't let on that Nosk was going to be in this package. You know, unless you auditioned and you remembered. But why would you remember? So, all that stuff. And also the only one to use a different font compared to the other characters.
You noticed that. Wow.
And also, once again, really, really cool art and animation from Jess.
And another thing that still has not been mentioned, the sub-harmonics in the chorus.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, June popped off with those.
Yeah, again.
June
Yeah, she
is
can hit those
the goat.
low notes.
Every single person in the chorus did great, but yeah, we have to give special shout-outs there to June, who just hits like the low notes so like perfectly. And, like it honestly, it's a little disturbing.
It's like they get that like gravelly growl too in their voice.
And it again, it works great for this one because like I wanted the chorus in this one as well to kind of like represent like all like the different like carcasses that are like hanging up in Nosk's lair and whatever else, to have them be like, you know, just echoes from Deep Nest or like warnings and stuff like that. I think I'm very happy with how Nosk turned out.
Nosk was sick.
Hello, Ryan.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Holy moly.
Hey guys.
Yes.
So Odd mixed this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and I gotta say, yeah, the mixing on the chorus part specifically is it makes my bone marrow rattle and jiggle. And it's like the way that there is not a single voice in this chorus that I know everyone who recorded for it. I cannot hear a single distinct voice in that chorus. It's very and it's like, haunting.
It's very, very
Yes.
good.
And Ryan, your performance, ooh.
Yeah, Ryan.
So Vale did a good job with this art.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
lot of things to discuss on this one, because so many people pulled their weight with this track. Obviously, we've got Vale's art here, which Vale improved greatly from the original sketch that I sent out, because my original sketch was really, really boring. I might show that here, so you can see the improvement there. But no, Ryan, your performance of The Broken Vessel is so, like, just haunting and, like, equal parts just, like, dramatic and sad. I like, it's just exactly what we were going for with this. And also has some of my favorite, like, writing I've done of the project. Because once again, Broken Vessel was not originally in this lineup, and then I started writing it, and I'm like, oh no way, I've actually got some really, really fun things to say here. Specifically in, like, how I discuss, like, the idea of something being, like, hollow and whatnot, which I liked trying to do, and be like, okay, instead of, like, you know, attributing the hollowness to, like, the vessels themselves, like, what if it was, like, you know, like, the hollow actions of the Pale King or whatever the hell, and things like that, you know, flip the tables there a little bit. And I don't know, I just like how I managed to, like, summarize, like, the story of the vessels in this one. That's what I was going for. And there was one more thing I was going to go for. Yes, I wanted to very quickly talk about why characters like Broken Vessel and Sealed Vessel are singing at all, because they don't have voices or any lines in the game whatsoever. First of all, screw you, do you not want us to make cool songs?
Shut up and have some whimsy!
Yeah, have a bit of
Just
whimsy.
enjoy the
Second of
fun.
all, my actual explanation is that, it was, like, the way of contextualizing, like, the infection as well, in the fact that it's, you know, it's causing this impurity that the vessels shouldn't have these voices, but, you know, with the infection, they can, like, actually voice themselves in some way. So that's my actual explanation, but screw you anyways.
Also, that last bit, it was not supposed to be whisper. I just did it whisper because it sounded cooler,
It
and
sounded
it just
really,
Damn
really
right.
cool. And
Yes,
also,
T.
that was Vale's idea for the art at the very end.
Oh
Yes.
Oh, that's weird. This one wasn't in the package already.
Hey guys,
weird.
Ryzan Music here.
Yo,
I
two
pitched
rhymes
this
in a row?
I pitched this to Adam like a year ago when we were like finishing the project, and he said no, and then I
Finish
said
it!
we should
It's
do
when
it
the
for a
project
year.
was already done.
The project.
I know, it was already ended. I pitched it, and he was like, "No, we'll wait." And then I was like, "Hey, we're coming up on a year," and he's like, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
So here we go.
And then we finally decided, yeah, let's get Dung Defender out of the way, because he didn't make the final cut in Symphony of Hallownest. So to all,
And a lot of people kind of wanted it.
Yeah, to all the people who were asking where Dung Defender is, here he is. He came back, and
You're welcome.
Ryan, you did a really good job writing this one and voicing him.
Yeah. I have to give you some credit though, Adam, because you did help me with some of the writing and figuring out the voice. But I am very happy with how this one turned out overall, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say though, compared to some of the others that do like 2 cycles, this one we just did 1 cycle of the song because writing lyrics about bug and poop is kind of hard. Like, I was struggling just with this one pass.
That's kind of why I didn't do Dung Defender for the first go-around, because I didn't have anything new to say about Dung Defender, and I didn't really know what I would write about.
No references to Katamari Damacy?
Nope.
Come on.
No.
The only thing I could maybe think of doing was, like, doing, like, White Defender, but again, I kind of ran into, like, the same issues of, like, how do you convey, you know, his backstory on top of, like, how he is now. But I think we got a good balance here with this one.
Oh yeah.
So that good high note?
Yeah.
Yeah, the high notes have been coming in clutch because of stuff I've been working on my own
Exactly.
project. I've been like, you know what? I need high notes.
Yeah.
He might not have made the cut in the main video, but we're glad to have him here regardless. And we got our
Bees.
Big B, Mr. B man.
So Ryan, you were saying you got some words on Hive Night, huh?
Yeah, this one was a pain. This one was a pain to mix. Just because there was so much and this isn't anything against you, Jess. There was a lot of points where it just barely peaked the mic, and I had to go in and do it every little centimeter, but it still turned out good.
Counterpoint. Buzz.
Counterpoint. Vente water, no water, add gloss. Oh. No, but I do like how this track turned out mix-wise.
Ever think about how the fact that maybe the distortion of the mic was intentional to be like the buzzing of the bee?
No.
Well, good, because that's some bullshit I made up right now.
So about Hive Night,
yeah!
First of all, once again, cool Veil art. Veil has, I need to actually talk about this. Veil has a tendency to do more than I ask constantly. I tell him I need one piece of artwork for this video, and Veil's like, okay, sounds good, and then comes back to me a week later saying, hey, by the way, I finished 2 full pieces for you, and I'm like, bro.
he's like a wizard when he does art.
I only asked for 1 with this video, but he wanted to do a second one, and they both came out so good. But if we're on the Hive Night train about talking about the writing, this one was probably one of the most difficult ones to write because there's not a lot to him. He's not a very deep character, and the only the farthest I could go was to try and talk about more about the Hive rather than himself. And we managed to get enough in there, but it was a little bit more tricky. Also, a little reference to the Lifeblood update, the one that he was in. That's why it's there. That's why I didn't say Hive Blood. I said Lifeblood because it was the update.
Yeah, wasn't he part of the first one, the first update pack?
I believe he was. I believe Lifeblood, or was no. What was the Dream one?
Dream something.
Oh, it was some kind of Dream one that added White Defender and Zote. Yeah, I can't remember. But
Hidden Dreams.
Hidden Dreams.
That was the last one.
Oh, that
was the first. Yeah, it was
the first one.
No, it was the first one. Yes, sorry.
There we go. I did end up putting in some lyrical references to the Mantis Lords in this one, mainly because I kind of ended up viewing the Hive and the Mantis Lords as kind of 2 sides of the same coin of they both detach themselves from the Pale King in some way, but one of them managed to stave off the infection, and the other one ended like this. So there was some neat things to put in there. Overall, I think this one's still really fun, and Jess, I think you did a really good job voicing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Now Odd!
And now.
Hi, Odd!
You wrote this one, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Tell us about that. Because, again, this was not part of the original lineup, and you came to me with hey,
Well, that's you.
could there be...
Quirrell is one of the fewest NPCs in the game that you don't ever fight, and usually the times you meet him are usually on the most relaxing parts of the game. So I figured, why not pick this scene, because at first, when the game gives you a first impression, they throw a lot of dangerous shit at you, and when you first come across Quirrell, he's about a part of the eggs. So when you meet him at the City of Tears, it's usually the time where you relax after all that shit you went through.
Exactly.
And what a good way to reflect upon it than seeing it through the window.
Yeah, I think it's so calming and nice, and I think your writing for this is just so it's so tranquil, and it summarizes exactly what you were saying right there, very nicely.
Also, your voice is just amazing, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. You got the
Forever, yeah. Quirrell headcanon voice forever. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I think very early on, I think I was maybe this could go within the City of Tears stuff, but I feel it needed that space because it is a reflection piece, so we could build up more of the encounters and things, so we could have them echoed back here.
The calm before the storm.
Exactly. But no, it's a very, very nice track, and I'm very, very glad you wrote it for the package. Ah.
Oh god, this little creature.
Right, Jess, this
Oh,
is
boy.
yours.
Now, there's a lot of things to say about this. I could talk about how this was the lyrics for this originally started as unused Master Koga lyrics from Zelda that I decided to repurpose. I could talk about how Adam wanted me to play Zote, and then during casting, and I said, Adam, 1, I have 5 roles already. 2, you did great. Shut the fuck up. Take it. Or I could talk about how Adam recorded this while having a cold, which somehow added to the voice, and he still hit those high falsetto notes at the end. Or I could talk about how the 2 loops of this song, the first one is, very much in Bretta's dreamscape of like, oh yeah, he loves her and will forever be there for her. And then the second loop after, a couple defeats, it's like, oh yeah, the veneer starts to fall away and it's all about him like talking about how awesome he is. And then, or I could talk about how I read through all the precepts like twice just to make sure I'm getting everything right when writing it. Or I could talk about anything else, but I'm really happy with how this video came out.
Sounds like it.
Wait, truest.
I would love it all the same.
Beauty in excess, and where's the? It's a big gap between those 2 and then the last one. All of this counts as and.
You do manage to count. You do manage to get truth, beauty, and hatred all in that first chorus, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice that until after the thing came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you wanted to write this one, and honestly, this is just one of the most fun ones of the whole package because I think you get Zote's personality across perfectly.
Thank you.
And it was really fun to record it, even despite the cold. But I could hit those weirdly low notes with it that I honestly, if you asked me to record this right now, I probably couldn't.
Yeah, it added this kind of rough, nasally tone to it that added to Zote's character and voice so much.
Yeah.
Despite everything, you're still able to hit the high notes after.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I
the fact that you're able to
have
hit those
no
lows.
idea how I recorded this one. I probably just fucking blacked out and then sent the stuff over to you. I also, when gathering the footage for this one, I did a couple of the runs. I think I just went in being okay, I'll defeat Zote once, and then just use that footage. But I ended up winning on my first attempt, and I'm like, okay, let's just see how far we can go. And I think I managed to get to his 6th stage without dying.
Good job.
So you can see in this clip, I'm on 1 mask, and I think he does 5 masks of damage at this point. And he lands. I believe I stun him. I start to heal, and I'm like, oh wait, no, that doesn't matter at all. He's just gonna kill me in 1 hit anyway. Let's just go.
Yeah.
And I somehow managed to clutch out this run.
Hell yeah.
Also, this was the first bit you wrote for it, I believe.
Yes, this was the Koga stuff that I repurposed.
It's so Zote.
Was this Koga stuff from JJJ or Koga stuff?
Oh
from,
no, this was for
else?
Tears of the Kingdom Koga theme that I scrapped.
Oh, speaking of another Jess thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that I wrote,
No way.
I wasn't gonna talk about the story behind this, but then Adam was like, hey, okay, Jess, this is the final time we get to tell this story, so let's tell it.
Yes.
When Adam approached the rest of the staff about, hey, guys, this is the track list for Symphony of Hallownest, does anybody want to do anything else that they write themselves? I was like, oh yeah, I could do Collector, and I said that kind of as a joke, because, I can do an alright Collector impression. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'll also do Truth, Beauty, and Hatred. Adam said yes, and I got to work. I really wasn't feeling the creative juices flowing for Collector when I tried to write it. And I didn't want to force it, because it was kind of just a joke in the first place. So I was like, whatever, it'll get scrapped, and I told Adam about that. Now, flash forward to months later.
Yeah.
Everything is cast, several videos are out.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, one night, I'm like, it'd be funny if I did this, because inspiration struck. So over the course of about 10 hours, not including sleep, I wrote, recorded, drew, mixed, and edited this entire video and sent it to Adam, just like, hey, so about Collector, I may have done something silly.
See, when Jess sent this to me, I was expecting maybe a proof of concept, maybe a demo or something. No, the video was effectively done when they sent it to me.
Adam just had to put in the new captions to match the rest of the project, but everything else was just done. And honestly, this is the best art I did for the project.
I think it's very impressive that you got this one done. I'm so glad to have Collector on this package, and I think the story is one of the most magnificent things we got out of this whole thing.
Thank you. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, waiting. Oh wait, shit!
Save the grubs.
I love him.
Right, we're rounding out to our final 3 tracks, and once again, I must say, Grim was not on the original list of songs that I was going to write for. Mainly because of some other unnamed lyric channel you've probably heard about.
I'm gonna name them.
Yes. No. Most people here would know Man on the Internet. They have a very, very good Grim cover. And once again, I saw that and was like, you know what? That's really, really good. I don't know what I could do much better there. And it wasn't until much later I thought, okay, people are just gonna ask for Grim if we do this project and we don't include him. So, took a bit of time to sit down and write it. Wanted to do the whole shebang with Grim and Nightmare King Grim both at once. And then I found the angle to go for. I wanted to focus a lot more on this one about kind of having this be some kind of sermon that he's giving, and almost converting you in some way to what the Grim Troop's up to in Hallownest. And
I always
made it so much more fun.
I always say when talking about this video and the comparison of Man on the Internet versus this one comes up, I always say Modi's feels like a stellar performance to entertain the crowd. This one feels like a cult leader giving a sermon dedicated to the Nightmare Heart. And they're both such different angles of Grim's character, and they both do it so well. And this one just encapsulates that vibe. It's just the idea of something is not right here. This video gets that vibe across really well.
And I'm very, very glad. Again, shoutouts to Vale's artwork. Very, very fun, very, very cool and dynamic. But also, shoutouts to June.
Yes.
Because this wasn't their first video on the channel, but it was the first video that we worked on.
Yes,
it was our first time working
right?
with them. And yeah, no, they captured what I was wanting to go for with Grim perfectly, because I wanted to have that kind of showful and strong voice, while also having that kind of gravel and rasp that Grim has in the game. It's you can really hear that in his throat. And June got that perfectly.
Yeah. June, she has a performer's voice.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So many roles.
And it was so good to have them on this track.
Yeah.
Or did I just hear that?
What was that outside?
Did I just hear a low pitch?
Oh yeah, because you mixed this one, Jess.
Yes. Yeah, for the Nightmare King part, Adam was like, okay, can you like just distinguish the Nightmare King versions from the regular just Grim Leader one? And I was like, okay, just do an octave down overlay.
Yeah.
and there's probably other things in there too, but
You did a couple of things, but like, there's a couple of neat little things to like help differentiate the Nightmare King version from the regular
make it feel a little
version.
more eldritch.
Oh, if we're also talking about like gathering gameplay footage, I had to make a new file and I did Nightmare King Grim on like basically no upgrades.
Oh, dang.
But no, Grim's one of those ones that I'm like, I'm very happy with how it came out, but I don't have a lot to say about it like otherwise. I'm just like, like it's just a very fun video. So yeah.
This is a good.
Now is a little bit of a weird one. Because screw you, we're not doing Radiance. You get Godseeker instead.
Yep.
But mainly because don't think I've seen anyone like tackle these songs or like, you know, the Godseeker stuff whatsoever. And I find the idea of like the God, like representing the God Home stuff just as interesting as some other parts of this project. Because I knew, like, at least to some level, I feel like it would have been nice to just complete, like, you know, represent all of the DLCs that Hollow Knight got, and the God Home one was like the last one that was missing. And so we really got to delve into just Godseeker's kind of like, I guess, I don't know what to call it, but they just wanting to seek out a new god, and it was a very, very good opportunity to include like different bosses that, you know, didn't make an appearance or make the cut in the rest of the package. So it was a nice way to pay homage to them. Even though, you know, Dung Defender does show up in this video, and Gorb shows up in this video, and we ended up
Gorb, you have to ascend.
We have to ascend that. Some people think that I saw some comments saying that like that was like a funny coincidence. No, I meant that. Give me the credit.
Intentional.
Soul Warrior is a part of the team as always. We love that guy. I think in very early drafts, I tried working in like the Nail Masters into the song. One of those things that just didn't really work because their personalities clashed with the song and what it was going for, because I imagine the Nail Masters would have something very, very, like, it would be a very, very different vibe if it focused on the Nail Masters while using God Home songs. Like, it just wouldn't work. And I know Vale worked on this artwork again. He pitched the idea of like having like multiple like bosses like in the artwork, which I'm like, it was another very, very cool idea, but the video was so jam-packed anyway that it kind of works without it. And like, even though we didn't do Radiance, this song was like another way to like kind of like pay homage to the fact that Radiance, you know, is still here, and there's like vague references to them. Also, shout out to Treble.
Yeah,
those high notes
he popped
so
off.
good at the end. They're fantastic as Godseeker.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just a very, very fun one to work on there.
True.
And
All right,
Oh boy,
time to close out.
this is where it's all been leading up to. This one was a very challenging one to write, and it was a very, very challenging one to put all of the pieces together, because this required basically everybody's efforts on the project. You know, vocally and, you know, audibly and however else this one works. But this one, I specifically wanted to get across the tragedy of the Hollow Knight and how like upsetting like that story is in as a whole. And I wanted like all of the rest of the tracks to like culminate into this song by making some kind of reference to the vessel in some way, even if it's like an offhand remark. I wanted at least something from each track to carry into this one. And hi Jess. you
Hi,
Jess.
you voiced this guy.
I did do that.
I think you did a very very good job capturing all of the different layers of this character.
Thank you very much. I was gonna say I'm still proud of this, but then
You're still
that
the
line. I'm still proud of this. But yeah, this trying to like properly convey the attempt to stay like bold and broad while, you know, just being an empty husk and
exactly.
mentally and physically falling apart. It was very fun
Wait,
to
hold on.
convey.
Is this the...
Yeah!
Yeah,
I love the scream.
I didn't ask you to do that either.
It was literally a thing of like, hey, Adam, do you want me to do the scream for the halfway thing? Because, you know, it's like, it'd be a bit weird to just have the hit with no vocal stuff, or just you could just use the game audio. Then Adam was like, I don't know, do whatever. And like didn't really get back to me with an answer. They're like, what if I did like 5 or 6 different takes of the scream?
Damn.
And then, Odd, you were the one who mixed this one. You just
Yeah, you told me just to pick the most prominent one, and I thought, you know what, I'll just mix them all together.
You mixed them all
one
together
big
in the one.
gumbo pot of torment.
Also, I'm still very happy with how this artwork came out as well, because I got like the smoke
It's so
things
pretty.
there, and I managed to make it kind of look like he was crying as well.
Yeah, with the dripping out.
But like I specifically like wanted to get across with the Hollow Knight that it's like you've been like doing this duty for like so long, and you are expressly failing at the one thing that you were meant to do, and all you see is your replacement walking into the room, and like that must be crushing.
Very emotional role.
So I tried actually injecting some real emotion into it. And then I'm very happy with these final lines. Like him having that, or them, sorry, having that final realization of like, oh, you know, maybe this wasn't like the most selfless thing.
More chorus stuff.
Yes. Because, yeah, Ryan, you did some, like, really fun, cool piano stuff. I don't know what it was.
I will explain it after it hits, because I love this hit.
Ooh.
So, I play piano.
Yeah.
And one of my settings is like a choir setting, and that's how I wrote all the harmonies. And we had it, and Adam was like, ooh, you should just, like, throw that in there, because I did, like, a cool little, like, slide thing into it.
Yes.
And it also just kind of adds, like, a new effect.
It really, really does, because it works in tandem with the chorus so well. And all the chorus just pulled, like, they were singing with their whole ass, bro, in that final bit. It was so...
They put their whole chorus into that.
Yeah. Wait, what?
We can cut that.
No, too late now.
I'll just have a big black bleep in that section. And then, Odd and Carrie, you guys get to ride out the whole project. By harkening back to the lyrics we put in the start of Enter Hallownest, which I liked doing. And the reason I chose this ending over the Dream No More ending is mainly because, one, I wanted to, shut up. Two, I gotta stop doing that. Is basically, I like that ending a lot more. Just because there's a lot more, I guess, sadness to it. And I feel like it would be it was more fun for me to like base that, like the whole like idea of the project around that ending rather than the Radiance one. Not to say I don't like Radiance, because I do. I think it's a fantastic boss. It just wasn't something I was particularly interested in doing with this project. And then we get the credits.
This was just the most emotionally resonant ending.
Emotionally resonant one, yeah. I think that's the best way
for it to be a full package like this, you kind of have to pick one.
Because with the Radiance one, I would have had to interrupt the Sealed Vessel one or go back to it, which wasn't something I really wanted to do.
Yeah, when it's like a full 50-minute long video, it's like
yeah, I didn't really want to break that the vibe we were going for. Also, again, I said it in the City of Tears bit, but thank you for gathering all of these background footage things for the credits and City of Tears stuff. It's so
Yeah.
so much.
How many times did it take you to go through these boss battles, Adam?
Oh my god! You don't want to know. I start a whole new playthrough to get half of this stuff. But yeah, no. I can't express enough how much I love how this project came out. This is probably one of the most proud things that I have on the channel, and I feel like everybody really pulled their weight to making this something really special. I think it combined all of our talents really, really well. So thank you to all of the cast, and to all of the artists, and to the mixers, and to you guys sitting here with me. Because yeah, no, this project is something I'm really, really proud of. And I'm glad we got to do that. However, we're not quite done yet, everybody.
Oh, Adam, give me one more roll for Hollow Knight. One more roll from Hollow Knight, please. One more roll.
Somebody say
Get him up to
encore?
double digits.
Yes!
I just can't with you.
What do you want me to say about this video, bro?
So Jess, why?
I'm not the one who wrote this. Adam wrote this.
So Adam, why?
Oh my god. Silk Song Day. It was Silk Song Day. I couldn't go without doing something for Silk Song. I had the idea for this video 3 days before Silk Song came out. Both Jess and oh god, all this time and I've never noticed the dead radiance up in the sky. How have I never noticed that?
Oh,
There's your radiance.
I just noticed the microphone.
No, 3 days before Silk Song came out, Jess and Vale were both in the call and they said, yeah, we be game. And they got I wrote lyrics in a day, and then they got the other stuff ready in another day. I slapped it together, and then we got this. We got Absolute Gorb.
Absolute Gorb.
Absolute Gorb.
It's Gorbin time.
It's Gorbin time. And here's the thing: Gorb was gonna be a weird joke song in the middle of Symphony of Hallownest anyway, and then I cut it because it's no, this is gonna destroy the vibe way too much. So I'm glad we managed to break him out.
He's free.
Gorb is unstoppable.
The Gorbin lyrics.
Nailed it.
Gorb song tomorrow.
Gorb song tomorrow, guys. Gorb song package.
Hey, Gorb
coming to you
song.
next year.
Symphony of Hallownest.
Oh, brother.
Yikes.
Well, thank you all for joining me. We had a lot of fun.
Yay.
See you guys next year for the Have a Nice Death package. Wait, what? I wasn't supposed to say that.